The United States of America, melting pot of cultures and hero sandwich of diversity. But in a country where such diverse groups of people can live together in harmony, an ugly side is lurking underneath the refined mask of this developed world. Abuse, discrimination, even genocide against zombies still exist in our supposedly developed country. But what makes zombies any different from the rest of the world? Why do people still go on hating them? This film will explore the mindsets of human and zombie citizens on the overlooked subject of zombie discrimination, as well as expose the kinds of prejudice the average zombie receives. As highly social creatures, exception is the one thing everybody wants in our world. To achieve that, many people go to extremes to make themselves more attractive to others in a social and physical sense. Although many times it is out of their own superficial ideals fueled by mass media flashing perfected bodies into our lives hundreds of times a day. But does this make zombies any less susceptible to such brainwashing?
Those brains are mine, bitch. No!
Research shows that not only are zombies more likely to be drawn in by advertisements promising more human-like qualities, but they experience a higher percentage of low self-esteem and depression.
For the most part, I get people who identify themselves as zombies and generally accept that. And it's more about helping them accept themselves in relations to normal people.
We will take a look into these later, but let's first take a look at the physical and biological aspects of a zombie as compared to a human. Zombies are born with a deficiency in their genomes that causes slow reproduction of muscle and skin cells, as well as muted senses of pain and sometimes slower reactions. Their bodies won't react to pain receptors as much, and the wounds are usually non-lethal unless it is heavy injury upon the head or any that would destroy enough vital organs to cause permanent damage or death. Unfortunately, because of the slow, sometimes even non-existing healing process, zombies are able to reproduce the same as humans, with open wounds or lost extremities that may begin to represent the possibility of an unsuccessful pregnancy or a stillborn child is higher by a good 69%. Parts of a zombie may come off. The probability of becoming anywhere from running as many humans cold say is one of their greatest fears in terms of zombie bar fights that end with a lost leg, in actuality very low. Medical historians believe some time ago there must have been a kind of genetic mutation in patients of a zombie suffering from leprosy or a similar disease that led up to today's However, just as those blonde-haired children may grow up to have brown hair replace their golden locks, in humans zombie characteristics is a recessive gene that could be found sporadically for 100% human to contract the elements of a zombie is during the first years of life. With today's orderly and sterilized hospital facilities, the probability of that happening can be compared to that of genetic material from a zombie to the injury or any orifice that leads into the body by landing onto a particularly obese cow. The physical differences between humans and zombies are one of the largest factors contributing to the irrational hate towards this group of beings. One other cause is the need for meat, as it has caused fear of zombie attacks on the streets. These fears are, again, irrational, as zombies have the same mental capacities and exposures to moralities as any other human.
Some of them definitely embrace eating meat and like raw meat. They see that as part of their culture. There's there's a very fine line between them eating like raw meat being something that's like as a negative thing or something that they just want to do.
And it's not only like human brains are the only way that can satisfy me.
It doesn't necessarily have to be human flesh.
Do you think lamb's good? Do you think like sheep? Like cow?
We're obviously okay with eating, cows and other animals.
Bam! Oh yeah, this is what you want, my friend.
So how are they really any different realistically?
None of that other stuff. Meat? Nuh-uh, don't cook it. It's right here.
Some of them find it more healthy to be vegetarians too.
However, as many zombies want to be accepted and seen as more human, many will still go for products such as meat, formerly called Zombeans, a line of vegetarian meat aimed at zombie consumers. Flesh glue, a type of adhesive liquid which claims to be able to permanently to semi-permanently reattach body parts smaller than one arm or leg to zombies. And the perfect lift, a Botox-like procedure that temporarily causes tightening of the skin and muscles as to prevent it from falling off at the slightest itch-relieving scratch of the forehead.
A lot of the rise with products, was anything related with zombie really, has more to do with the fact of assimilating. Because there's been some zombies don't find it as easy to be able to be accepted. So once they're not accepted, they try to find ways to try to become more normal. And so they'll seek that flesh glue. They'll seek whatever kind of medication.
Another great contributor to zombie discrimination is probably one of the most deadly ones: normalizing of such behavior among the general public.
Even the term zombie, in and of itself, for those specific citizens, was coined by society based on simple mythological definitions of what a zombie is. It makes matters worse when everyone within the society is using these terms on a regular basis, creating the mirage that it's okay to keep calling them derogatory names and treating them horribly. Just because they look a certain way or act a certain way doesn't mean that we have to dehumanize them by giving them the same name as a monster.
To get a fuller understanding of where the general public stand on zombie discrimination, we interviewed random people about what they agree with and why. With each individual interview with the public, we get a sense of what each side of the spectrum thinks of the subject. We also have a volunteer who so graciously allowed us to follow him in his everyday struggles with being an average zombie Zachary. His name is Robert.
Yeah, a few times, actually. There was one time when I was very young, like five, maybe 6, and I had this one friend of mine who was a normal human being, and he didn't seem to mind my the fact that I was a zombie much, and we had fun together. But then one day I came over to his house, knocked on his door, because I wanted to play just as normal, and he stood in the doorway, and he said, "Mom won't let me play with you anymore because she says you're a rotter." That definitely hurt me a little bit, and I've hardly ever seen him since. And then there was this one other time.
Ew, what are you doing?
Nothing.
He doesn't do anything. It's a zombie. He doesn't even have a brain. No brains. Doesn't play. Doesn't get toys. No. You don't need that. No. No, give it to me. Give it to me. Oh my God, it's his hand.
Hey, that's my hand, guys. Oh.
Give me.
Give it back. It's my hand. Guys, no! Stop throwing it!
You're not gonna need your hand anymore, zombie.
No! So in any case, that was long before flesh glue had been invented, and I had to keep trying to attach my hand with bandages and such. A lot of times I have to keep replacing the bandages because my hand would keep falling off, sometimes in the most inconvenient of places and times. Fortunately, once flesh glue came around, I was able to stick my hand back on permanently without any bandages, but I'll always have this scar with me.
Zombies? I'm okay with them. I guess they're just really sort of an uncomfortable presence, because I feel like they only see me from my brain, not who I really am.
Okay, so there's this guy I work with. He's a zombie. He gets along with everybody, everybody, nobody feels uncomfortable around him,
What does your organization do on campus? Well, here on campus, we organize events, you know, to kind of get people interacting with their fellow undead Americans, and of course those who are not considered undead.
Have you guys ever faced any hate crimes on campus?
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this whole zombie zombie hatred thing, man. I mean, I mean, look at me personally. I'm having no problem talking to them. I got a couple friends who are zombies. I mean, I mean, really, we got to start thinking of them as equal to us. It's really a problem with the society and the way society is thinking.
There's just one thing though about him, man. It makes it really hard to work with him. And it's his breath. His breath stinks. He looks perfectly normal. I'm sure he brushes his teeth and he flosses and he uses mouthwash and stuff.
And you know, whenever I see one at the supermarket, you know, the grocery, and they're always in the deli section. They're always in the deli section.
It's so bad. I mean, God.
I sort of have to like take my cart and push it the other way and skip my meat quota for the week. But it's okay. I was thinking of going vegetarian anyways.
You know, I have my urges too. It's uncomfortable sometimes being around humans, you know, but whenever I'm uncomfortable, I just kind of, and it's like it was never there.
Think about it, the guy eats raw flesh, you know? Think about what your breath would smell like if you ate raw flesh all the time.
The best way for people to understand that, you know, we're not that much different is for us to interact more. I mean, some people might say we're a little slow, might be a little uneasy at first, but I mean, really, we're not that different at all.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about zombies in this town, and I try to watch the neighborhoods in my street. I don't think there's any in my neighborhood, but you can't be too careful.
I've had my fair share of encounters with humans that I didn't particularly like as well. You know, take this for example. I was just minding my own business, trying to tend to my gardens, and all of a sudden this human just comes up yelling, "Die, zombie, die, zombie."
And they just chase us down all the time with their shotguns, and it's actually really bad, and not a whole lot's being done about it.
If you're standing there when he burps, you feel like you're gonna die. It's like, yikes, you know?
I got a bat in my car, man. If I see one of those suckers walking on the streets near my kids, I'm gonna take a swing.
And I'm like, I'm already dead, man. I'm already just undead. You just need to calm down, okay?
You know, which is cool with me. You know, if they wanna eat that food, you know, that's fine. Or raw flesh.
But you know, it's just like, you know, we're people too. I don't know. It's a little.
But you know, it's just not for me. It's yeah, it's kind of out of my comfort zone, you know. So you know, they can do whatever they want. You know, that's perfectly cool. But hanging out with them, yeah, I just don't know. So yeah.
Robert also lets us in on his personal life when he embarks on a journey to find love. Zombies find it harder to find love as they are already physically different from the ideal human body.
So, how about that crazy weather, huh? All that rain, water, you know?
Is the camera on? Oh, okay, yeah, can you keep me out of the frame, please? Thanks. Because, you know, I just don't want anyone I know to see me because I'm a kindergartner teacher, and, well, I don't see why it would be a big deal, because it's not like I've ever wanted to eat the kids or anything. They just don't appeal to me.
Pretty wet, you know? Yeah.
It's sunny right now.
Yeah, that's good, I guess.
It's because I'm only half, you see, and it doesn't show, so that's why I get hired, and that's why people accept me. I just want to pass as a normal person, as a full person, not some sort of freak or some sort of social outcast, because that's the sort of stigma I get.
You're a really good cookie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you're a zombie, and I'm only half, but still it's kind of worse because I feel like I don't belong anywhere.
Robert's nice, but I don't know. I guess zombies aren't really my type.
Because the humans look down at me for being only half human, and the zombies think that I don't understand any of them. But you do. You understand me, right?
For many years, zombies have been struggling to fight for their rights as citizens, and now, just as they are becoming accepted into our world, we can see the dynamics of how the general public is reacting to this group of beings. Although many changes have been made for the better, there still exists friction across the states. Drive-by hitting, for example, has become a major problem among zombies walking the streets alone. Also called body shuffling, this kind of hate-driven sport involves driving by a zombie and hitting him with a baseball bat in hopes that a body part would fall off. More extreme examples of zombie hate crimes involve lynching, headhunting, and dismemberment out of sheer enjoyment. Why do such behaviors still exist in such an advanced country, where acceptance and equality are so generously waved before our noses, but so blatantly waved beneath it? When will we learn that it isn't all about what we look like on the outside, where we come from, who we choose to love, what our genetics have given us, or what we prefer to eat or don't eat? In such an advanced society, one would presume that equality for all is a pretty set standard already, but sadly, human nature to hate is difficult to overcome.
It shouldn't be up to the zombies, you know, like ideally it'd be nice for everyone to just kind of accept zombies as, hey, there's a whole variety of zombies and it's not all one thing, and we can't just treat all of them negatively because of one thing or the other, you know? We need to accept them and they need to accept us likewise.
Only until we all learn to truly accept others and live in harmony will such disgraceful things as discrimination be stamped out for good.
Why can't we all just get along?